What's going on YouTube? Hayden back making another brand new Crypto TV episode. In today's video, we're going to be looking at Litecoin, Bitcoin, Ethereum, as well as Doge to BTC, also known as Dogecoin to Bitcoin. We will be looking also at the problem with Abra in New York exchanges and the whole issue around that and why it's becoming such a big issue, because it's starting to affect people and friends that do actually use the app. I do like to promote Abra because I think it's still a great app and it's a very easy exchange to use, but there are some minimal things that have been changing within the app that I would like to share with you guys. Otherwise, I would like to look at the current coin market cap, some of the charts, and really get in depth as to what exactly is going on. If you guys are new to the channel, make sure to subscribe, turn on post notifications, leave a giant thumbs up, and let's jump right into today's video. So before we jump into the article and the chartings, I would like to show you guys the current coin market cap. Market cap is 306. We have a 24-hour volume of 58 bill, and we have a Bitcoin dominance of 68.4%. So market cap is slowly decreasing. Same thing with the volume here. So very interesting. Starting to consolidate back down to lower levels out of the top 10 cryptocurrencies. We do see a lot in the red. Only Tether does seem to be up. Litecoin in the number 5 spot. Literally only about 100 million off from, surpassing Bitcoin Cash. But for the most part, everything is down, not by much. I'd say about 1% total in retracement, and it does seemingly show across the board that we're in some sort of bearish market right now, some sort of retracement for the short term. So we really don't look too bad. It's just a very minimal retracement, especially for Bitcoin. Other cryptos are getting hit a little bit harder, like Litecoin, compared to the others. Like Litecoin was above 100 just a couple of days ago. Now we're seeing a $92 Litecoin. So I'm going to try to explain why that is, what's missing from the market, what we need to see. I would like to try to explain to you guys my theory as to why the markets are slowing, and I do think that is going to be semi-helpful for you guys and what to do in situations like this. Now, I do just want to jump onto this. So Abra, for those of you who don't know, I like to promote Abra. They are a great exchange. I've been using the link in the description as well as pop-ups on my YouTube videos to help you guys get some free cryptocurrency. It's quite simple, very easy. All you got to do is sign up with the link below and then deposit $5 of Bitcoin or $5 of US dollars into the app, and they reward you with $25 as a free sign-up bonus. So it's pretty awesome. Take advantage of that in the bear market. The market's down, so you might as well make some sort of money. So this is a way to get $25 for free, and you can send it right out of the exchange if you don't want to keep using them. It's totally up to you. We've had, I think, over 200 people now use this Abra link, so it's pretty awesome, and I do really appreciate it. It does help the channel. You can see on the Abra app, they do have upcoming changes for US Abra users, and I wanted to share that with you. If you've been following along with the conversations happening recently with regulators and legislators in the United States, then you're probably aware that cryptocurrencies are having the moment in the spotlight. From presidential tweets to congressional hearings, there's an intense interest and scrutiny about cryptos and how they work, and I do think this does influence the market as well. As a result of continued regulatory uncertainty, the restrictions in the United States, we have to make some adjustments to our US business in an effort to continue to be compliant and cooperative with US regulations as they currently exist. What that means specifically for Abra users in the US is that we have to make some system modifications around our smart contract-based synthetic assets. It's also interesting. I thought this was just New York, but I guess it's U.S. So those people who watch me in California, let me know if this affects you as well. You can still claim that $25 cash bonus, though, so I highly recommend you do that. As part of this effort, we are migrating any synthetic assets to a native hosted wallet solution on Abra, Bitcoin, Ethereum, Litecoin, Bitcoin Cash. Now, what do they mean by synthetic assets? So the weird and cool thing about Abra is they're not actually, they do have tons of cryptos exchanged, but they're almost copying the price and the movements of those coins. You're not actually holding on to them. You're holding on to a synthetic version of that, which is backed by Litecoin underneath it. So you're really just using crypto, and they're just honoring the prices of those other levels and giving you that in exchange. So hopefully that makes sense to you guys, but it's very interesting. For most US persons, the migration will be seamless and will allow you to continue managing the transacting with most of your assets in the Abra without interruption. However, during this time, some assets may be unavailable to use. So you can see right here, August 29th, it goes into effect. So we have till the end of this month. After August 29th, the New York residents will only, so I guess It said United States, but now it's saying New York, so I guess it's one or the other. Will only be able to hold Bitcoin, Ethereum, Litecoin, and Bitcoin Cash. New York residents will need to transfer or sell any synthetic holdings after the date. The remaining balances will be shown as Bitcoin in the app. Additionally, Abra users from New York will no longer be able to use bank ACH wire or American Express card to deposit. Wow, that's very odd too. That's pretty much surprising to me, and it's also a problem. It's like you use, it's your money, it's your bank's, and the fact that you're not allowed to use certain things, and these banks are telling you, no, you can't use your money for those things, is quite interesting. I've never really heard of a reason as to why they're not letting us use our money, but it's like, it's our stuff. You don't really have the right to kind of limit us to what we can and cannot spend with our money, and you're watching it and tracking it. So it's very odd that they're doing that. That's kind of the whole reason why crypto was created, was to get away from exchanges and, banks like this, and I guess American Express too. So it's odd that they are now enforcing that rule. Very interesting. A lot of problems within the US too that I'm not really a huge fan of. But that could have an influence on the market as to why we're seeing a slowed off market. There's a lot of regulatory things happening within the bigger government, and it does influence the market whether you believe it or not, and it makes it harder to trade. I know Coinbase is still, usable, which is the main one, but things like Binance and Bittrex and all the other, and now Abra, all the smaller exchanges are having difficulties regulating certain U.S. prices and U.S. regulations, and it's becoming an issue, on the pricing and, being able to purchase and sell your crypto at ease. Also, the amount of, you have to now, claim taxes. They don't want to get involved in that, as well as things such as, what was it? What Coinbase does. The big fees that they're starting to increase on crypto is also getting kind of annoying. But, in terms of charting, let's go off. I went off on a tangent right there. So in terms of Litecoin, what to do in a bear market. So things to pay attention to in a bear market is when we're starting to slow down. When things starting to slow down, it's a time to recollect your investments. Look at what you have, diversify your portfolio, find cryptos you believe in the future will decide to go up at a higher level. This is not over. This is only temporary. Soon we will start to see the markets surpass many levels we haven't seen in the past. We've seen this year after year after year, and with the progression of added companies and places accepting crypto, it's bringing more awareness to, it's bringing more light and shedding more light on cryptocurrency, and it's making it much more ease of use, which inevitably will drive the price up to higher levels because more people will be interested. Right now it's getting slow. People were looking at it as a fad previously, so that's something you do have to pay attention to, but there are driving forces that do drive the price up, and the great thing is everyone is watching crypto. They're just not biting at it. So right now we have, our floater in the water, and we're waiting for something to bite. And once that does, we'll have a lot more money and a lot more people jump into crypto. That's what I've noticed. It gets slow like this, and we're waiting for the price. Everyone is, as we know, for the price to see any sort of movement to a higher level. If we hit 115, it may spark a major run to the upside because people see, wow, we're moving back up. I got to hop in on this. People don't want to buy when the prices are flatlined. They want to buy when the market is creeping and trying to, go into higher levels. And when they see that, I think it's a little too late to buy in, but most people do. They buy in on that run, and that's when it just kind of FOMOs in and takes off to much higher levels. So that's something you do have to pay attention to. Now, in regards to Litecoin, you can see Litecoin is once again having some issues. I almost want to get rid of this uptrend right here, but I'm going to leave this for the next couple of days. The biggest problem with Litecoin is we had a death cross. We did have a bearish signal, a bearish flag on the charts, and the problem with that is now we're below the high-low MMA, and that does put a ton of downwards pressure on the current price, and it is slowing down our breakout. So we were using this uptrend potentially to get us higher up. That is still in effect. We need to see where today's candle closes, but we're running into issues with the possibility that we may not be able to break above this high-low middle moving average. So we're really keeping a close eye on that, making sure that if indeed we do get enough volume, we can break through that. Otherwise, we are going to retrace back down. probably hold on to support at 88, if not $80. So do look into those levels. But hear me out. Look at the RSI. The RSI is flatlined completely, practically not moving at all, which is a huge indicator of potential runs to the upside. As we know, sideways movement does indicate bigger runs and bigger volume moving into the exchanges. So I know it gets slow, and I know people get bored. I know that, and it's something you have to be patient with. I'll be here to chart it, give you updates. Bitcoin is a great one. Had a major blow from its uptrend right here. Extremely high up. Looks absolutely fantastic. We are getting a little too more into the overbought market, so that's why we're seeing the semi-consolidation back down. You can see where we are on the RSI. So we just need to kind of slow roll, consolidate back down, find support right here, trade out sideways, and inevitably close this major uptrend that we're seeing right here. And then we could potentially see a bigger break. Now I know ascending triangles break bearish, but well, that's how I've seen it. They usually break bearish, but we can potentially see something like this. This run right here from as low as 10 grand up to 12.5 can make you a pretty decent profit pretty dang quickly. So keep an open eye on that. Bitcoin looks the best out of all the cryptos that I've been watching so far. And now to wrap things up with Ethereum and then Dogecoin really quickly. Ethereum trading out sideways, hitting resistance. It does have a couple uptrends right here, so I really think consolidation is necessary. We just need to trade out sideways like this, inevitably see some more rush of volume, and it will set us up to higher levels. Major death cross here, so a ton of downwards pressure on the market. But if indeed we do get enough volume into here, we should be able to blast through. There's a couple resistances up here. Sorry, my lines did get deleted when I reset my computer, but you can see right now we are kind of facing this uptrend, and if we can continue the slow growth, we will, easily see a 270 and higher price on Ethereum. If I called it Litecoin, I apologize. But lastly, to sum up Dogecoin, you can see this major descending triangle Dogecoin's in, practically rock bottom, hitting bottom support right now, and it looks to me like the way these markets trend for all those new to the channel is we could be potentially seeing a rise like this. Bam, right up to here, if not higher up, somewhere in the high-low middle moving average. So I'm keeping a close eye on Dogecoin. Dogecoin has this potential to burst really soon, being that it's flatlined out on the oversold market. So I'm keeping a very close eye. If it does dip, it's going to go down to here, and that's rock bottom, and then it's going to spike up like that. So keep a very close eye on that. Otherwise, guys, that's going to sum up today's episode. If you're new to the channel, make sure to subscribe, turn on post notification, leave a giant thumbs up, and I'll see you in tomorrow's video. Peace.